So today we bring a video for freshers, the people who are moving from a college environment to a job environment, people who are moving from their hometowns, their colleges to cities like Bangalore, Pune, Gurgaon, Noida, Delhi. We basically plan to solve the problems that people who are moving to these cities or these jobs face for the first time. So we bring the first topic today, that is learn your finances, and this video is about like choosing your first credit card. Will help you understand, like, do you even need a credit card? If you need one, which one? Like, decide it based on your own spendings. How do you get that credit card? What are the requirements? How to process that further? So yeah, let's just dig right in. So yeah, let's meet Prashant. Prashant has just joined a tech company in Bangalore and he's earning a hefty 10 to 30 lakh per annum. Prashant really knows his DSA. He has never managed his finances before. Earlier, he was in college where like there's a mess that was serving him food. He never had to buy groceries. He didn't have to do a lot of the chores which he has to do now, like find in the flat on rent and like do a lot more things. Now he's very overwhelmed with all the expenses, with the bills, the credit card options. So adulting has hit him hard. Are you in the same boat as Prashant? If you are, the video is for you. So let's look at Prashant's hidden expenses. Oh, Prashant does online shopping. Who does not? So he spends 20 to 30K per year, which I think is average. He has utility bills. He has to like recharge his mobile phone. He has to get Wi-Fi. He has to pay for TV bills. He has to do the same for his family as well, and even electricity and stuff. So it comes to around 2 to 3K per month. Office commute when you're in city like Bangalore, it gets extremely expensive. So even if you're like going by a bike, not even cabs, you'll be spending around 4 to 6K per month, which is a big spend. Then you need flights. You need to go back home, come back, like for vacations, for like occasions like Diwali, for weddings, and you'll be spending 50 to 60K per year easily on those flights. And then something which is like recurring and a large expense. You order in food, you order groceries if you have a setup at home, you go out with your friends, your company, you dine out, and you easily spend around 10 to 15K per month. And you should, when you're earning good, buy those extra fruits, make those expenses, eat good. That is extremely essential. So you'll be spending around 10 to 15K per month. So these expenses are on top of your rent. When you're like moving to a new place, you just look at rent, which is the larger expense, but expenses like making food, getting like paying all those utility bills, shopping, office commute, all of these add up quite a lot. So yeah, let's move further. Now, let's understand why to get a credit card actually. So the problem is salary also comes at the end of month. Now you need to pay your things, right? You need to manage your expenses. So credit cards provide you with that cash flow because credit cards are essentially interest free for 50 days. So you can pay that amount once you get your salary. But yeah, please remember to pay them. Do not pay like the minimum sum and like keep on like giving interest to them because that is an hefty amount. So yeah, please pay your credit card bills once your salary is credited. That is essential, and that is the requirement you should keep in mind when getting a credit card. That okay, I'll be able to do that. Now, credit cards save you money via offers. Like when you go to flight booking pages like Yatra, uh, Ease My Trip, Make My Trip, etc. You see a lot of card discounts like getting 10% off via HDFC or ICICI card, and so on. You also get cashbacks. There are cards like HDFC Swiggy card where you get 10% cashback on Swiggy transactions like the food orders, the dining experiences, and even grocery shopping via Instamart. There are similar cards for Blinkit, Zepto, and things. Then you even get reward points. So, like if you spend 150 rupees, you get a fixed number of reward points, like 3 or 4 reward points. Each of them maps to a certain rupee value, and they can be redeemed via buying gift cards or via making some transactions where they can be redeemed for a certain cost. Then the most important thing, credit cards help you build your credit score. So yeah, credit scores are essential when you are taking loans, which might come later in form of house loans, vehicle loans. So yeah, it helps you build a credit score initially when you are just out of college, you do not have you usually do not have loans. Like some people take loans, but yeah. So if you do not have loans, credit cards are very essential for building your credit score. So now, since we have set up why someone would need a credit card, let's look at the type of credit cards. So yeah, there are like credit cards for quite a few things, but usually you can have them in one of these buckets. So either they are cashback card or reward point cards. So how does cashback card works? Basically, you buy something on the platform and you receive a percentage back in your statement. So say via HDFC Swiggy card, if I've bought something that is worth 500 rupees, I receive 10% back. And so basically 50 rupees back in my statement cycle. So I'm essentially paying only rupees 450. When we look at reward points, so the thing is like, okay, if I bought something for 500 rupees, for each 100 rupees, if I'm earning three reward points, I'm basically earning 15 reward points, which I can redeem via some gift cards. Let's say I'm buying a gift card for some hotel booking or some travel booking. So yeah, that is one plus of reward points. Basically, in cashback cards, you get that money back in 1 month in the statement cycle. But in reward points, you need to accumulate those reward points so that you can convert them into something meaningful. Because like each redemption usually comes up with a charge that's like around 100 rupees plus GST and things like that. So you would not want to pay those charges for smaller redemptions. So that is something you accumulate, while cashback is something that you essentially get immediately in one cycle. So the examples of some cashback cards are HDFC, Swiggy, Access Ace, or Access Airtel card. Whereas for reward points, you have examples like HDFC Diners, Regalia, Access Itless. For the purpose of this video, we'll be only discussing cashback cards because this is a value-based video where people like us has just come into this corporate world. We're spending money on food, on booking tickets for movies, on travel, on utility bills, and we just want to reduce that amount by a certain percentage. For people, luxury does not matter as much. Like when I'm using this reward points to book some hotel stay or something like that, I'll rather like to save that money via the cashback card. So we'll be discussing these cards. So yeah, let's basically these spend-based cards. Like what categories are there for these spends? Let's look at the first category, which is food orders, groceries, and dining out. As we discussed earlier, this is a very big category. People spend a lot because yeah, you need to eat good. You need to, if you have a kitchen setup at home, you need to get groceries for like everyday lunch and dinner. So that is essential. If you're eating out, you need to order that food or go out and actually dine out. So such cards help you a lot in saving that money. So yeah, let's look at the Swiggy card. I've attached the link to it as well in the slides. I'll share this as well so you can go through like the actual detailed overview of the card. So Swiggy card offers you 10% cashback on all Swiggy orders like food, groceries via Instamart or bookings via Dine Out. So this is in a cashback format, and this cashback is capped at max 1500 per month. So you can spend up to 15K and you'll earn 1500 per month. If you spend more than that, like 20K or 30K, you'll still be getting 1500 per month. So yeah, do not spend more than that on this particular card. But I think 15K is fair enough. We usually spend that much for like our food requirements. And this card is not just for Swiggy, but for other portals like where you do online shopping, say Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, Uber, Tata Click, all those options, you're earning a 5% cashback. And even this is capped at 1500. So the sprint criteria is 30K, which is like, which I feel is good enough for most transactions. So you'll be earning 5% cashback in a basically statement cycle. And other spends usually come into a 1% bracket. And these do not work on fuel, rent, EMI, wallet, jewelry, and government related transactions, which are usually exempted by a lot of the cards. So yeah, this is capped at 500 per month, for which you'll have to spend 50,000. So yeah, that is a kind of spend. Usually 1% is good enough if I'm making some offline transactions which do not come up into the first two categories. Now, looking at the criteria, you usually get it at basically the requirement is an age about 21, and the minimum salary for salaried employees should be 15K. We are talking about salaried employees only in this video. So usually if you have a relationship like you've been ordering frequently via Swiggy, you'll basically see an option to apply for this card via the app itself. And yeah, usually the joining fees is like 500 plus GST. which comes up with a welcome benefit of 3-month complimentary Swiggy one. And even for renewal, the fees is 500 plus GST. You can waive off this fees if you spend more than 2 lakh per year. So if you're spending like 15K a month, you'll be spending like 1,80,000 just via Swiggy spends, and then you'll be spending some Amazon spends as well. So that is not a very big number for this card, where like the items you buy are very frequent. So also, if you have a good relationship with Swiggy, you can get this card like the at least the renewal fees waived off or the joining fees waived off, or like complete card is LTF as well. That happens quite a bit with people. So yeah, that is something worth looking into. Now let's look at another card into the same space. So there's this HDFC Tata New Infinity card. Yeah, this also provides a lot of other benefits as well. So you basically have a 10% category where you get 5% back as new coins on Tata New app, like the transactions made on Tata New app, and partner brands like Big Basket, Air India Express, Westside, Tata Play, etc. And with the new pass, you basically have an option to get new pass on the Tata New app. With that, you get an additional 5%. So this basically comes up to be a 10% category. But there are some exceptions to this 10% category. When you're paying utility bills via the app, you cannot use the 5% new pass coins. You would not get the 5% new pass coin. Similarly for Tanishq, when you're buying jewelries and stuff for Cult Fit and Air India. So these fall under the 5% category. This is a RuPay card. So you can make UPI transactions via this as well. So yeah, if you make a Tata New UPI ID, you'll be getting 1.5% new coins as back. And like if you're making transactions via this card via a different app like GPay, where you do not have the Tata New UPI ID, so you'll be getting 0.5% back as new coins. This has a cap where like you can get at most 500 new coins per calendar month. So yeah, the 1.5% cashback, it used to be a lot earlier, but it has been reduced since then, and yeah, now it is at 1.5%. With this card, you also get lounge accesses. So you get two domestic lounge access per calendar quarter, which means 8 accesses per calendar year. But yeah, there is a spend-based requirement attached with it. So in the calendar quarter, you need to spend 50K to get this benefit. 50K with the spends uh, is possible, but yeah, can be a bit for like lounge accesses. Similarly for this card, the criteria is usually age about 21 and minimum salary requirement of 1 lakh for salaried employees. The fees for this card is a bit on the higher side, where the joining fees is 1500 plus GST, but you get 1500 new coins if you make a transaction in the first 30 days of card activation. So you're getting that money back in form of new coins. While the renewal fee is also 1500 plus GST, which can be waived off if your spends are 3 lakhs in the last year. So yeah, the returns, the major difference with the Swiggy card is that in Swiggy card you're getting real cash back, while in this card you'll be getting that cash back in form of new coins. So you'll be able to use that only in like the Tata Neu environment. So yeah, that is one thing which makes the Swiggy card stand out, and you can usually get it for LTF or at least the first year fee waived off. So that is something worth trying. Now, yeah, another important category that we discussed, which is office commute. So in cities like Bangalore, you get some options like where there's public transport like BMTC buses for which reach most areas. But yeah, it can take some time. It has to stop at every stop, and in times like monsoon, which happens a lot in Bangalore, it can get problematic. So you might have to get Ola, Uber, Rapido, Namayatri, bikes, cabs. So even if you're going on bikes, your spend might get to 5 to 6K per month, and it can be even higher with cabs. So other than the card, something that I'll suggest is to get an Uber One, basically Uber One membership. So it comes at 14.99 per year or 149 per month. Worth getting the month one first to check if it makes sense for you. So it gives you a 10% cash back. So if you're booking a cab worth 300 rupees, you'll be getting 30 rupees back in your Uber wallet. So yeah, if you're spending like 5 to 6K monthly, you'll be getting around 500 rupees or 600 rupees back every month, and your yearly redemptions will be 6,000 to 7,200. I've just tested this a few times that okay, the price does not vary if I'm using a Uber One or normal account. So that is a good thing. So yeah, other than that, there are some cards which provide cashbacks on Ola, Uber as well. So the HDFC Swiggy card, which we discussed earlier, gives a 5% cashback on Ola, Uber. This is capped under the same 1500 limit, which is for the 5% cashback category. Then there's this Axis Ace card, which gives you 4% cashback, and ICICI Amazon Pay credit card, which gives you 2% cashback. So I feel, yeah, if you get an Uber One membership, it gives you the best benefit of 10%. And yeah, you can even buy some gift cards via Gifter, which gives you like 4-5% on different, like, yeah, some percentages on different options. Like you can buy things via Blinkit, Zepto, using your credit card, where you'll be getting 5% back via the Gifter platform. So Gifter is something worth trying as well. So yeah, I think we've covered the office commute category. Let's move to utility bills, which is one big spend as well. So yeah, with utility bills, since now you are like you move to the city, you're getting your phone recharge every month. You'll have gotten a Wi-Fi connection. You'll be getting like TV recharges if you're having something like Tata Play. Then you'll have expenses like electricity bills, gas cylinders, and stuff. So yeah, this bills can move up to 2 to 3K or even 4 to 5K for some people. So let's discuss a few cards. Airtel Access card is a standout card. So you usually get 25% cash back on Airtel mobile, broadband, Wi-Fi, and DTH bill payments via Airtel Thanks app. This is important that you're paying via the Airtel Thanks app, and like these Airtel ecosystem things like Airtel mobile recharge, its broadband, Wi-Fi, and DTH bills. So you'll be get this is capped at 250 per statement cycle. So if your Airtel bills are like 1,000 rupees per month, you're earning 250 flat back. The thing is, the Airtel Thanks app has started charging you some convenience fee as well. So like this, basically cashback reduces to a amount even for the 25% category and the 10% category as well. So that is something to keep in mind. Yeah, other than this category, you get 10% cashback on utility bill payments. So you can pay your gas bills, your electricity bills, even your Wi-Fi bills that are of some different, like something like ACT, which is quite famous in Bangalore. You can pay that via this Airtel app, and you'll be getting cashback in the 10% cashback category. Even this is capped at 250 per statement cycle. Then this covers your food ordering platforms as well. So you'll get 10% cashback on Swiggy, Zomato, and Big Basket, and this is capped at 500 per statement cycle. So yeah, that is like 5,000 spent per month, which is okay. You also get 1% cashback on all the other spends, which do not lie into this categories like EMI payments, rent payments, wallet loads, jewelry, fuel, insurance services, education services, government services, and utility spends that are not done via the Airtel Thanks platform. So you won't get cashback for these spends. For otherwise, the offline online spends that are not in this category, you'll get the cashback. This card also provides us with the complimentary lounge accesses. So it gives you 4 complimentary lounge accesses within India per calendar year, but you have to do a minimum spend of 50,000 rupees in the previous 3 months, which can be a lot for this particular card since using it for paying utility bills, which might not amount to like say 15 to 20K per month. So that is something worth considering, that the launch access might not be a real benefit for this card. Now, looking at the fees, you should apply via the Airtel app. You might get first year fee waived off if you've had a long relationship with Airtel. So yeah, the joining fees is 500 plus GST, but as a welcome benefit, you get a 500 rupee Amazon voucher on first transaction that is done within 30 days. These welcome benefits keep on changing, so that is something worth looking at when you're getting the card. And like, yeah, you'll only get the welcome benefit if you've paid the joining fee, not if it was waived off. Then you have a annual fee of 500 rupees plus GST, which can be waived off if you spend 2 lakh in the last statement year. So yeah, this can be a difficult thing as well, because these spends might not be more than 3 or 4K per month. So there'll be like 30, 40K or max 50K per year. So yeah, you might not be able to waive off this fee. That is worth considering. Moving into another card, this comes from Axis Bank as well. So yeah, even for utility bills, we looked at HDFC Tata New Infinity card, which also gave you 5% cashback. So that is something that falls under this category. Now looking at the Axis Ace card, it gives you 5% cashback on utility bill payments like electricity, internet, gas, etc., and DTH and mobile recharges via Google Pay. So you'll have to pay all of these via Google Pay. usually when you go to Google Pay, the app also shows you an option to apply for this card, and also gives you like, okay, the first year joining fees waived off option quite a few times. So that is something worth looking into. Even Google Pay charges some convenience fee, so the cashback won't really be 5%. That is worth considering. Now, this also provides cashback on Swiggy, Zomato, and Ola that is worth 4%. Other than that, on all spends, this card provides 1.5% cashback. This is a great thing because every other card we have looked into till now, like on other categories, it provides 1% cashback. But Axis Ace card could be your go-to for offline payments and payments that do not fall under usual major cashback categories. This gives you 1.5% rather than the other cards which give you like say 1%. So yeah, this also provides you for complimentary lounge accesses. But yeah, this is into the Axis Bank bucket like the Airtel card, which would require you minimum spends of 50,000 in the previous 3 months, which could be difficult for this card as well, unless you're using it for like the 1.5% cashback bracket where you're making larger transfers and you're able to get this. But yeah, this might be a non-existing benefit for you. For this card, you have a joining fees of 499 plus GST, which can be waived off if you apply via GPay, and there are some offers for you, and an annual fee of 499 plus GST, which will be waived off if you spend more than 2 lakh in the last year. Again, for this card, it could be a little difficult. So for both of these cards, Airtel Access card and Access Ace card, you might have to pay this recurring fee. So that is something worth considering. Now, for online shopping, a lot of our cards like HDFC Tata New Card, HDFC Swiggy card, they also provided you offers for online shopping. But there are some cards which are meant for like particularly for these. So like let's look why use them. So HDFC Swiggy cards gives like a 5% cashback on all these platforms, but the spends are capped at 30K per month because max you're getting 1500. So if you want to make a major buy, like if you're buying an iPhone or a Samsung phone which is like worth 75 80K, you're buying a laptop, you're buying TV desktop, then this card, then the HDFC card might not be enough for you because then you'll be earning at max 1500. So there are cards like Amazon has a co-branded card with ICI, which is the ICICI Amazon Pay card, which gives 5% for Prime and 3% cashback for non-Prime members. Please get Prime if you're getting this card. So on yeah, this is applicable for all Amazon spends. You even get cashback via this card on its partners like Uber and stuff. And like yeah, this also gives you 1% unlimited cashback on spends like the Swiggy card. So yeah, it is a lifetime free card, and yeah, the criteria is you should be aged more than 21, and your monthly salary should be greater than 20K. But recently, the approval rate has been low for this card. So yeah, it could be that this is difficult to get. Then the next card is like yeah, Flipkart. Usually in India, Flipkart has better prices than Amazon for quite a few things, specifically for electronics, I feel. So Flipkart has co-branded cards with Axis and SBI. Both of them are quite similar in their offerings, just that the bank attached to them are different. So I've like done the description on a common description. So there's 5% cashback on Flipkart and ClearTrip spends, and 7.5% on Myntra. This is like currently because earlier this was 1%, so this can keep changing. But the catch here is that unlike Amazon, where the 5% cashback was unlimited, this is capped at 4K per quarter. So yeah, if you're making a buy and like that goes above 4K per quarter, yeah, it might not be worth it because you'll be getting max 4K. Now this card comes with a joining fee, which is 500 plus GST, which will be covered via like the welcome benefits, which are the Flipkart GCs they offer. They even give you GC worth 750 and some clear tip GCs as well. So worth looking at when you are getting this card if the welcome benefits are worth it. Then the annual fees is 500 plus GST, which is waived off if you're getting more than 3.5 lakh spends. This could be a bit difficult unless you're making frequent transactions via Flipkart, then it makes sense for you. Yeah, if you're buying electronics, specifically cards like basically from Reliance Digital, Vijay Sales, they usually offer you 10K discount on SB or ICICI cards, so worth looking onto them. Even for like spends on Mintra, you usually see that over a particular spend, like over 3,500, you'll be getting 10% off with certain cards like ICICI cards, SBI cards, IDFC cards. Those offers keep on changing. But the other thing is those are one-time offers, so you can use them one time in the offer period. But otherwise, if you're like a frequent buyer, it's good to get cards which like provide you fixed cashback regardless of the offer period. Cards like HDFC, Swiggy, ICICI, or Flipkart cards. Flipkart card offers you 7.5% discount on Myntra, which is great because like the Myntra card, which was offered by Kotak Bank, which gave the same cashback, is not discontinued. So this is like the best possibility you can get. Yeah, so the online shopping category is done. Now the lounge access category. So when you're going home, you're coming back from home, you're going on a particular trip, this is something which is useful because yeah, if you're not carrying food, if you want to spend just some time while like sitting working or reading a book, lounges make sense for you. But this is quite a tricky category because yeah, cards do come with good offers, but then they devalue quite fast. Most of the cards today, like you'll have to do some spends to get this lounge access. So the spend-based criteria are a little difficult. We've discussed quite a few cards earlier in the video, and like yeah, most of them now have spend-based criteria, 50K for the last quarter to actually get the lounge access, which could be a little difficult. So yeah, Federal Bank has this KPR card which provides you unlimited lounge access provided you have spent 10K in the billing cycle, which could be a good option if you're just looking for lounge accesses via this card. The thing to notice that this 10K spend is via their platform only, like by buying like flight tickets, all of that. So it's possible that those numbers do not align with other websites and you'll be losing money. So that is something to look into. And some banks, the thing is that the spend-based criteria are a lot more with credit cards, while those are a bit relaxed with debit cards are even non-existent. So IDFC Bank, Karnataka Bank, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, they also provide lounge accesses with their debit card. IDFC Visa Signature debit card is a standout because it's the entry-level card that they provide with their salary accounts, and the salary accounts are like zero minimum amount as well. So it gives you two complimentary lounge accesses per quarter. These things keep on changing, so please check them. But yeah, with debit cards, you might be in a better position because these change lesser than the credit cards, and the spend criteria are lesser than the credit cards as well. So that is a better thing. So yeah, now let's look into how to get your first credit card because you do not have a if you're getting your first credit card and haven't had a loan earlier, you might not have a CIBIL score, which banks usually look to. Because look, they have to trust the person to give them a credit card because ultimately they're giving you free money, which you'll have to repay them, but then you should be able to repay them. So credit cards like bank accounts are a form of relationship with banks. So when you have a salary account, you usually have a dedicated relationship manager assigned to you. So work with your relationship manager. Like we've discussed a few cards. If you are linked with that particular bank, try to get that card LTF via your relationship manager. That usually happens if you're like depositing a salary frequently, and that is a good enough chunk. They usually offer you good cards. HDFC Bank has great cards, so yeah, that makes sense. Having a relationship with them that way. Otherwise, if you're not getting a card that way, some cards are like secured cards. Like you'll have IDFC Wow card, which is a FD backed card. So like say if you create a FD of 50K with them with competitive interest rates, they'll give you a credit card which has a credit limit of 50K. So that is a way of getting a credit card if you're not getting unsecured credit cards initially. You can also get some credit cards via alumni programs. So ICICI Sapphire card usually is provided to alumni of IITs, BITS. Yeah, so that is something you can look into, get a card via the alumni program as your first card. Or you can try to target a starting level card like Access Neo, ICICI Coral, HSBC Visa Platinum, IDFC Wow. So these are basically for starting your journey into the credit card world. So once you've been paying the bills for a few months, like 5 to 6 months, and you have a decent enough credit limit, like low credit spends and all of that, and not a lot of credit checks. So you'll be able to get good cards based on your credit history. So this is something important. I think, yeah, we'll keep it short. We'll keep it till here in this video. So this was about like how to take care of your finances, what hidden costs come as you transition to the corporate or the job world when you're like on your own managing your own finances. So what cards might help you with that. Stay tuned for other videos. We'll cover how to find flats in cities like Bangalore, uh, what other problems come when you come to the corporate world directly, how to interact with people, what expectations to have, uh, yeah, all of that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content.